Welcome to another exciting edition of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. This is episode 3 of the States Tournament, which was lovingly and thoughtfully provided to us by the wonderful patrons Dan and Allison. With me today, we have Kels.
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller. Happy to be here.
We have Andy.
Hi, you're listening to WAND Radio. Our next caller is Kels.
Woohoo!
And we have Sensei Neil.
Hey, everybody. I don't have anything clever to say, like usual.
Well, you're just clever on your own.
Yeah.
You guys want to play some trivia?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So each week we have a theme, and within that theme we have 6 categories of 4 questions each. Each question is worth 10 points with a few bonus points thrown in here and there, and then a final question, which is worth up to 100 points. And as Davo mentioned, this is game 3 of our tournament. Do you know what the tournament standings are?
No, I do not.
I think I'm losing.
Well, the way we score our tournaments is the first place winner gets 3 points, second place gets 2, and third place gets 1. Uncharacteristically, right now, Kels only has 2 points. He came in third for both of the previous quizzes.
That's weird.
And Davo won 1 and Andy won 1. So our scores are 2 for Kels and 5 tournament points for Davo and Andy.
Holy crap.
So it's the opposite tournament. Yeah.
It's like Bizarro World.
Up is down, left is right. What's going to happen?
Cats like dogs.
I think we forgot to mention the taxation.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to explain that, Kels?
I would not like to because I've failed most times.
Each tournament game, you have one opportunity to tax your opponent for 70% of their points. For example, if Andy gets a question right, I can then tax him for that so that he will get 3 points and I will get 7 points on his correct answer.
Got it.
That's not foreshadowing.
It was just an example of what might happen.
Examples.
Right.
There's not a
There's just
prediction.
examples.
There's a
Everybody.
spoiler.
I hate everybody on the show.
Oh, my goodness.
We're recording a Patreon episode after this, and right now I'm just deleting all the easy modes.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at you.
Something to think about.
Yeah, Petty looks good on you, Andy.
So our previous category, our previous themes for the tournament were North Carolina was the first, and then Virginia. Today we're kind of smushing South Carolina and Georgia together.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
kind of hard to do. There's some temporal
Yeah.
physics things we had to do, but we made it work.
So I think I'm going to struggle a little bit because I haven't lived there.
Oh,
Either of
what?
those states. I know. It's crazy.
So those are the two.
Well, there's, yeah.
I lived in Macon when I was a wee lad before I started kindergarten. I don't really recall at all. That's in Georgia.
I have not visited or lived in either one of these states. I've visited most of the states in the Union, but I have not been here.
I've been through Georgia.
The Atlanta interstate system is horrendous.
Oh, man, get through there as early as possible.
Yeah.
Early.
I've always wanted to take a midnight train to
Andy,
To
Sure,
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina.
can you ever ignore the lowest hanging fruit possible?
Nope. That's what I'm here for.
All right. Well, our first category is food.
Oh,
Food.
yeah.
I just had some food.
Oh, well, then you
I
may
think
have an
we've-
advantage in this.
Right.
Question 1. The dish called Hoppin' John is a dish that probably was created in the low country of South Carolina. Its primary ingredients are rice, onion, bacon, and what legume?
Wow. Locked in.
Locked in.
Nah.
Legume.
Shut it.
You know legumes real well being a vegan.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I eat them, though.
That's all you can, right?
No, stop.
I think
I'm
you
like
can
that.
eat lettuce too.
Lettuce and legumes.
And
Yeah.
grass clippings.
Oh,
Am I a pet goat? What are we doing? Oh my goodness.
All right, Kels,
Let's get it started in here. I said black eyed peas.
Devo,
let's get it started. Black Eyed Peas.
and Andy.
In honor of the Lima Locomotive Works, I went with a lima bean.
Ooh,
The correct answer is black eyed peas.
Rats.
I got nervous.
I had no idea.
Mhm.
I got real nervous.
I think I've seen that in a can.
Black eyed peas or
Hoppin'
Hoppin' John?
Hoppin' John.
I'd like to try it.
Have
It sounds interesting.
It sounds good, but
Mm.
huh.
Have you ever seen Spotted Dick in a can?
I have seen
Sorry?
Spotted Dick in a can.
I remember seeing that on the shelves, and I was like, "Ha, that's not real."
Have you seen sheep's brains and cream gravy
Why would
In a
I?
can?
Wow.
In a can?
Where
in a can?
where do you guys shop?
in a small grocery store in Harrison, Arkansas. I
Wow.
I
saw
have
sheep's brains in cream gravy.
and cream gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surprisingly cheap.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
All right. Question 2. South Carolina is known for an unusual barbecue sauce with what ingredient as a base?
Locked in.
Oh,
Locked in.
Locked in.
Deva?
I think it's mustard.
Andy?
I think it's Coca-Cola.
And Kels.
I said vinegar.
So I would say vinegar is probably not an unusual flavoring for a barbecue sauce.
It's not.
I don't know about the
Sounds
Coca-Cola thing. My answer was mustard.
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
I
Yeah.
love me some mustard-based barbecue sauce. It's real good.
I read
I
in one
like
place.
Coca-Cola based.
I read in one place that southern South Carolina is known as the mustard belt, but I couldn't find that confirmed anywhere.
The mustard belt.
That's a stain on your tie, you know? It's not something you're like, hey, look at us, mustard belt.
It's funny when I actually Googled mustard belt, I got a lot of references to Nathan's hot dog eating contest and to actual belts made out of like mustard. Packets and stuff.
Ugh.
Wow.
Oh, internet.
All right, question 3. What food made from bits of ground corn or hominy are the official prepared food of Georgia?
Wow.
What is the difference between a prepared and unprepared food? I mean, I think.
One studied the night before, the other one didn't.
Okay.
the other one's coming in cold.
I believe you could say processed. If you were to go to the store and buy this food, you would know that it had
Okay.
been processed somehow, as opposed to
All
being
right.
like picked from a tree or something.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Yeah.
There can only be one.
It's not the Highlander.
I know.
I'm locked in.
Okay, Andy,
Grits.
Kels,
I also said grits.
and Devo.
I said grits.
Of course, it's grits.
Mhm.
Yes, my grits.
Where do we stand on grits, boys?
Love grits.
Not a fan.
Grits are good.
I have no strong opinion. I've had grits a few times and was expecting more from them. Like, yeah.
Neil, you salt and pepper, you sugar 'em.
Oh, geez, no sugar.
See,
Salt,
that's
pepper.
a thing.
Salt, pepper, and Tabasco.
Really?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a northern thing to sweeten them up.
Okay, I stand corrected. I have actually never had grits that I can recall.
Really
So the
bad.
jury's out on that one.
They're actually not bad. With a little salt, little pepper, they're pretty good.
Anyway, question 4. Although mostly set in Alabama, what Southern food related film was mostly filmed in Georgia?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Okay. I think if this is right, my sister loves this movie.
All right, Kels,
Is it fried green tomatoes?
Deva,
Fried green tomatoes.
and Andy.
Fried green tomatoes.
It is fried green tomatoes.
Mm.
All right, at the end of round 1, Andy has 20, Kels 30, and Devo 40.
Swept it.
Mhm.
Category 2 is hodgepodge.
Oh.
Wow.
Coming out early.
I know.
Crazy.
Doing it early.
Oh, jeez.
Question 1. South Carolina is second in the country for peach production. What state produces more peaches?
Locked in.
This feels like a trap.
Yeah. Locked in.
It's the only other state I could think of that I associate.
This feels
with
like
that fruit.
such a trap.
I
It
know.
probably is.
I'm going to step in it. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Devo,
Georgia.
Andy,
Georgia.
and Kels.
Georgia.
Sweep the
Ah,
leg.
you bastard.
Of course.
You know,
Is it North Carolina?
we see the trap.
Is it Colorado?
By
Stop
a
it.
long way, it's California.
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 Oh.
That makes sense.
Georgia is kind
That
of a
does make
distant
sense.
third.
Georgia's a distant third.
Yeah, I forget the
Okay.
exact numbers, but California produces more than like everybody else put together, I think.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. Question 2. The angel tree is one of the oldest trees in the country and is located in the largest city in South Carolina. What city is it in? And for a bonus, what kind of tree is it?
Locked in?
I think I have the bonus.
I'm locked in.
So I just have to come up with a South Carolina city.
You've cracked the code, Andy.
Locked in.
Andy?
It's an oak tree,
Mm.
and it's in Jonesboro, South Carolina.
Kels?
I said Columbia, and I went with the palmetto.
Devo?
I said Charleston and went with Magnolia.
Well, the correct answer is Charleston,
Of course it is.
and the tree is a live oak,
Yeah.
Live oak.
which doesn't mean it's an oak that's alive. That's actually a type
A
of
type of oak.
tree.
Right.
So 5 points for Andy for the bonus, 10 to Devo.
Charleston shoe.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Nope.
Just trying to work that in.
Question 3. The world's largest bas-relief sculpture is located on the face of Stone Mountain. It contains the figures of Confederate President Jefferson Davis and which Civil War generals?
Locked in.
Oh, I think I know one.
It's got to have Jake the Snake on it. That's where he's
I
from.
mean,
Oh
Stone
my God.
Mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather it be Jake the Snake Roberts.
Me too. Just him, Damien, and the clump of hair.
I mean, if it could be Jake the Snake DDTing somebody,
Oh, that would be awesome.
I would donate.
Wouldn't that be awesome, Andy?
Yeah, that would be so awesome.
Locked in.
I'm gonna lock in with 2.
Okay, Kels,
Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson.
Devo,
Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson.
and Andy.
Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson, though, I don't think, is Stonewall Jackson a general?
I always thought so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I did not think he was a general.
Is it not 4 people on the mountain?
That's Rushmore.
Nope, there are some horses, though.
Oh, okay.
He served as a Confederate general from 61
You're
to
right.
63.
Okay. I don't know why, but I thought he was just a lieutenant general for some reason.
Well, he's still a general if he's a lieutenant general. There's levels of general.
If I had
okay.
asked,
I thought lieutenant general was like the highest level of lieutenant.
No.
that's
No,
lowest
it's
general.
Lieutenant general is the lowest level of general.
Oh,
Nah, that's not
okay.
true. The Dollar General is the lowest.
So Dollar
Kells
General,
for the win.
Lieutenant General,
Yeah.
General Hospital.
I can't tell you how happy I am that conversation went down that lane. Just so I can.
So if I had said that the other creatures on the statue are the horses, would you have known the names of any of them?
No.
Yes.
Seabiscuit,
give me a minute.
Murgatroyd.
Seabiscuit, Appaloosa, and
Robert E. Lee's horse is
Hidalgo.
famous. It's the
I cried watching Hidalgo. I don't even want to hear about that.
Letterbuck.
Hidalgo was such a good movie.
Give me the first letter in Robert E. Lee's horse.
T.
Oh,
Trigger.
no, it's not Trigger. I don't know. I can't come up with that. Should.
So I guess Davis's was Blackjack, Jackson's was Little Sorrel, and Lee's was Traveler.
Traveler. Yes.
All right. Question 4. In 1945, Georgia became the first state to lower what? And I have an easy mode because that's a little bit vague for half points.
To lower
Locked in.
expectations.
I will take the easy mode.
Locked in. I talk about this in class.
Yeah, I'll take the easy mode.
You feel good about this one, Andy?
No, I'm totally guessing.
I tried to get you. I tried
Damn
to
it.
get you.
Oh man.
Totally guessing.
Okay, so Andy's locked in. Kels and Deva want the easy mode. The easy mode is
Yes.
the decision increased their voting population.
Oh,
Oh man, I was thinking that, but I was like,
I was
yeah,
thinking
probably
that
did.
too, but all right, I'm locked in.
Okay.
Locked in.
Deva,
The voting age
more specific?
from 218.
218.
From
Like
21
218.
to 18.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah.
Old enough to fight, old enough to vote. The voting age was lowered to 18.
Yep, the year was significant there. Kels.
The voting age to 18.
Yeah, because people were fighting in World War II and couldn't
Right.
vote, so they didn't think that was fair.
Mm.
But then it was, 10, 15 years later before it was the national law?
Yeah, it would take the
Constitutional amendment.
Vietnam War
Under
protests to.
Let the hippies vote.
I'm sorry I asked.
Don't ever be sorry. Just get even.
You sound like Nixon if he was like Batman. So.
I am.
Where's the trigger?
I wish we could have our 15 minutes of missing tape right now.
Oh, no, that's not.
All right. At the end of round 2, Kels and Andy are tied at 45, and Davo has 65.
Wow.
Ugh,
All right.
That's a bit.
Which brings us to category 3, which is state symbols.
Ah, crap on a cracker.
Question 1. What nutritious beverage, high in calcium and used in a wide variety of cooking and baking, is known as the state drink of South Carolina?
Locked in.
I think I'm
Locked
locked in.
Okay. Let's start with Andy.
Milk.
Kels?
Is it going to be milk for every state?
For
that we
every damn
talk
state.
about?
I think so.
Milk. I
And
also
David.
said milk.
Milk.
It is milk.
You just phrase it differently, which I love.
I know. I
That's
love he
so
comes up
good.
with a different way to say it
This is
every time.
Fantastic.
These are, those are Dan's questions and Emily's. Dan and
Way to
Emily.
go, Dan and Emily. That was hilarious.
Question 2. South Carolina's flag has 2 symbols. One symbol represents the emblem worn on the caps of South Carolina troops during the Revolutionary War, and the background color matches the color of their uniforms. The flag also features the state tree. What are the
Okay.
2 symbols? And for a bonus, what are the colors of the flag?
Oh, that I don't know. But I'm like,
So for 5 points each, the 2 symbols, and then
Mhm.
the color of the flag.
All right, I'm locked in.
Did you say the flag is just
Locked
2
in.
colors?
2 colors on the flag, yeah. Gotta get 'em both.
Okay. I'm locked in with the bonus as well.
Kels?
I feel like it's a crescent moon on it and the state tree, which is, I believe, the palmetto. And I just put blue and gray as the color.
Okay, Davo?
A crescent moon and a palmetto are the symbols that I remember. And for the colors, I went with blue and white.
And Andy?
Crescent moon and a palmetto tree, blue background, white symbols.
Wow, you guys aced that. I would not have gotten any of that.
It's one of the simplest state flags in the history of state flags.
I like state flag. I like flags. Vexillology, man.
Vexillology,
Some good
huh?
stuff.
So the answer that Dan put down here was blue and silver. I
Oh.
looked it up to confirm it, and they said blue and white. I'm going to give you credit for gray, white.
Oh,
Yeah. That's silver.
They're all close enough.
Yeah.
all right.
It's obvious if you answered that, you knew what the colors were. So
So it's 15 or 12?
yeah, 15 for everybody.
Sweet.
Question 3. What is the official state crop of Georgia?
Locked in.
I would have
Man.
answered differently a few answers ago. Let me think about this.
Wouldn't really work for third place, huh? Distant third place.
Locked in. Think.
Me too. Locked in.
Oh, this is. Wait a minute. Yeah, I feel very confident. I just suddenly clicked with me.
It did click.
There it is.
Andy?
The peanut.
Kels?
I also said the peanut.
And Devo?
Peanut.
It is a peanut.
Oh.
And question 4. Internationally acclaimed as the world's sweetest onion, these onions can be grown properly only in a small pocket of southern Georgia and are the state vegetable. What is the name of this onion?
Locked in.
It'd be funny if this is it, but I'm locked in.
I'm locked in as well, and I think Kels and I have the exact same answer.
Andy?
Please let it be a pearl onion.
Kels?
Pearl onion.
The official vegetable of Brain Ladle Productions.
Yeah.
And Devo?
I wish it was a pearl onion, guys. It's a Vidalia onion.
It is a Vidalia onion.
I don't know onion names. I don't even know if there's a pearl onion.
There is.
Is there? Okay. They're just
yeah,
onions.
Is that a different kind of onion, or is it just a small
It's
onion?
just, it's just a small onion.
Well, Dave, did you swept?
Wow.
He did. Dave was on a tear.
Yeah, he really
He
is.
is.
He missed one
I'm
and
on
took an easy mode on one.
Okay.
I'm on it.
So the
So
scores,
Davo's good at states he's lived in and states he hasn't lived in. Good to know.
the scores at the end of round 3 are 80 for Kels and Andy and 110 for Davo,
Wow.
All right.
All right, then.
which brings us to sports, which I expect pretty high
Man.
scores on from you guys.
Sport ball.
If this
Love
were
me some
Andy
sports
in the
ball.
lead, and I was like, sports come, I feel better, but Dave was
Yeah.
good at sports.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's time to
And
do
you want to tax people that are good at something.
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. When you're right, you're right.
Question 1. Which university is the only major college athletic program in the country that uses fighting Gamecocks as its official nickname and mascot, and has been known as the Gamecocks for almost 100 years?
I'm locked in.
I'm gonna tax my good friend Davo.
Yeah, you
I'm
should.
locked in.
You
'Cause
really
I know
should.
he knows it.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy
Kels?
work. University of South Carolina.
Andy
University of South Carolina.
and Davo.
The University of South Carolina.
Is the University of South Carolina. Question 2. How many major league professional sports teams are based in South Carolina?
I'm locked in.
I'm going to tax my good friend Davo on this one. And I am locked in.
Can I change my answer to 14?
I mean, all right, I'm gonna go with this just because. Yeah, I'm gonna lock in.
Okay. Davo?
The only two I could think of that would be, I mean, the Charlotte Hornets are in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Carolina Panthers kind of represent the Carolinas, but they play in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And the Carolina Hurricanes play in either Greenville or Raleigh, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I said 0.
Okay. It's an interesting answer. Kels?
I wanted to put 0 really because nothing was coming to mind. I was like, man, maybe it's like a hockey team they got there or something. So I said 1
Okay.
for the
And Andy?
cause.
I couldn't think of any, but I thought that's because I was stupid. So I put down 2.
Okay, well, the correct answer is Davo's answer, which is 0.
I should have.
Okay.
You knew it. You knew.
Feel
you
better
knew there
about
were no
it.
teams in South Carolina, and you put 1 anyway because you don't follow hockey, and that's why you don't succeed at some of these.
This is a fascinating monologue.
Yeah, kind of an internal.
Inside the mind of Kels.
Interesting the way you find ways to berate yourself. Why aren't I watching hockey? What's wrong with me?
All right, question 3. What is the only Atlanta team in the Big Four leagues to have been founded in Atlanta?
Ooh. Locked in.
Locked in. I'm going to text Kels.
I might be wrong, Davo.
I don't think so.
Now I'm having second thoughts. But I'm pretty sure I'm right, though.
I'm locked in.
And you're rude taxing the poor when you're the rich. Just want to let you know something about yourself.
I have to look in the mirror every day.
All right, Andy, what is your answer?
Well, it's absolutely not the Braves, for sure.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's not the Falcons. So I went with the Hawks.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was out loud, wasn't it? I'm so
It
sorry.
was. It definitely was.
I don't know basketball except Go Bucks.
Hey, man,
David?
shout out to Giannis.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Shit.
And Kels.
I'm sorry. So, Andy, the Hawks came from St. Louis.
Okay.
They went to St. Louis.
Rats.
And the Braves were in
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Go Bucks.
Yeah. The Thrashers, they were
founded in Atlanta, but they moved to Winnipeg.
they're the Jets now.
They're the Jets now.
Oh, okay. So the Thrashers aren't there anymore. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So I went with the Falcons. Dirty
Correct
Birds.
answer is the Falcons.
Oh, yay. A whole 3 points.
So there's a whole lot of taxing going on in this category.
Mm-hmm.
Davo and Kels were a wash.
Yeah.
One definitely feels worse, though, Neil. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Okay, and the final question in sports. What is the name of Atlanta's WNBA team? And I have
Locked
an
in.
easy mode for half points if you need it.
Locked in.
I would like the easy mode, please.
Ooh, I'm so
How is
glad
that gonna help
I didn't
me?
start singing.
What was that, Kels?
I'll tell you as soon as Dave likes it. Oh, they're taking the easy mode. Never mind.
I am taking the easy mode. Yes.
Okay, so Kels is locked in. Davo and Andy want the easy mode. Easy mode is it was inspired by a famous speech.
Oh, damn it. I knew that.
I didn't know
Damn
that.
it.
It makes sense, but
A famous speech.
I knew that.
I never linked the two. But yeah, perfect sense.
The Royale with cheese team? No. Famous speech.
That's a famous conversation.
Yeah, it's a conversation.
It's close to a speech.
They don't have a metric system over there. They don't know what a quarter pounder is.
Famous speech. This our Independence Day team? No.
Andy is really just
Skipping.
skipping every logical thing. to
No
go
crying
to
in baseball?
movies.
No crying in baseball. I'm
Are you
locked
crying?
in. That is one of the best
No.
moments in film history.
That's probably my favorite Tom Hanks character ever.
I'm locked in. So if I'm wrong, I don't want to say my answer.
Let's start with Andy. In that case, let's go out of order and start with Andy based on that comment.
Yeah, you drew the attention to yourself, Andy. You did that.
Eye of Sauron has landed upon you.
I going with the Dreamers.
Oh,
You're so
All I
close.
could think of when I
You're
heard
so close.
famous speech is "I have a dream" speech.
yeah.
You're so close. The Dream.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
And Kels.
So what I almost started to do, I almost started singing Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. And I was like, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up.
So I should get half points.
Well, Andy, I am
It's
going
the
to give you
dream.
2 points. You took the easy mode, so you're already at half.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I'll give you 2.
fair
for being
enough.
Pretty close.
Atlanta Dream.
All right. So we had some movement this time. After 4 categories, Andy has 99, Kels 110, and Deva 138.
Goodness gracious.
I just feel like I'm the first player ever to get 99 points.
Yeah, 99 points. Category 5 is forts and ports.
Forts
and
and
ports.
ports.
Love it.
Forts and ports.
Okay.
Right after sports.
There you go.
The final one will be lawyers. It will be torts.
Or
Come
Weekend
on
at
down to
Mort's.
Forts and Ports, where all Forts and Ports are half off and popsicles for the kids. Come on down. Forts and Ports.
Just to be clear, I think to make it rhyme, he called it forts and ports. It's actually forts and airports. The
Nah.
ports in question are airports.
Yeah, Forts
That's
and
fine.
Ports.
They are still a port.
They are. They're just airy. Question 1. What was the busiest airport in the world until 2021 when another airport took the lead? And for a 5-point bonus, what country is the new busiest airport in?
That's an outstanding question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock in.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'm locked in with what I'm pretty confident is the answer to the first and a total guess for the second.
Yeah.
Okay. Deva?
Hartsfield Airport?
Okay.
I didn't hear any. Oh.
Yeah, there's going to be a ruling to be sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
there definitely
Probably.
is.
There'll be a
yeah.
ruling.
Uh,
And the country I said Great Britain.
okay. Kels?
Hartsfield Jackson, and also I went with England.
Okay. And Andy?
Hartsfield Jackson, and I too went with Great Britain.
Okay. So, Deva, you get half points because you got half the name of the airport,
When did they change how has it always been Hartsfield Jackson?
as far as I know.
As far as I know.
Well, I only ever heard it as Hartsfield. My bad.
And the new busiest airport as of this year is in a city that I can't name in China.
Oh,
Are somebody threatening you?
No, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like
Are there Chinese agents at your home right now?
it's like
that are-
Guangzhou, something like that.
Okay.
okay.
That makes sense. Wow.
It does.
Wow.
Wow. He's great in Loki, by the way. Let's just make that clear. He is awesome in Loki.
It's got range.
Question 2. What is the name of the river that flows underneath the Atlanta airport? And I have an easy mode for half points.
No. Give me the
River
easy mode. I got no idea.
underneath.
Underneath.
Easy mode.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll take easy mode.
Okay, everybody wants easy mode?
Mm-hmm.
It shares a name with an unfortunate Michigan town.
What?
Locked in.
Unfortunate Michigan town.
Locked in.
It's the most unfortunate one I can think of.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
Kels?
I went with Flint River.
Andy?
The only underground river I know of is the River Styx.
Tartarus, Michigan.
And if there's a Styx,
Tartarus,
Michigan, that is unfortunate. Though Dennis DeYoung probably lives there.
Just make sure you don't pay the ferryman until you get to the other side.
Right. There you go.
Deva?
Flint.
Correct answer is the Flint River.
Yeah.
All right. Question 3. Far from a European getaway, Paris Island is primarily used for what? And for a bonus, since what decade has it been used for this purpose?
Locked in.
All right, I'm locked in.
Also locked in.
Okay. Start with Andy.
I believe it's for a garbage dump.
Okay.
Mm.
Those might be fighting words. Do you have a decade?
Sure. 1970s. That's a good time when we started doing that kind of nonsense.
Okay. Deva?
I thought it was military training. Like there's training, like boot camp at Paris Island.
Can you be more specific?
Oh.
U.S. Marine Corps. And I'm going to say the 19 teens for the decade.
And Kels.
I said prison in the 50s.
You may remember it from a little movie called Full Metal Jacket.
Paris
It is the
Island.
Marine Corps
Oh.
training camp since 1915.
Ooh.
1915.
Full points for Devo.
Once
Ooh.
again, Davo mopping the floor with us.
And finally, in our forts and ports category, this South Carolina fort was built on a man-made island and had an explosive history.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in. Wait a minute.
You locked in.
No, I'm yeah, you're right. I'm locked in.
Kels,
I guess Sumter.
Andy,
I guess Sumter.
Devo.
Sumter.
It is Fort Sumter.
Okay.
What was your hesitation, Andy? Just curious.
I just the explosion thing. Like I started second guessing, like maybe there was a fort that, had an ordnance explosion kind of thing. I was just listening to a podcast about that port city in Texas
Yeah.
that blew up like a bomb back in was it 50s or 60s? But anyway, so I was thinking, I had that in my head.
I think it's more of a metaphorical explosion in this case.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. At the end of round 5, Andy has 119, Kels 135, and Devo 173.
It's just
Wow.
not even, unless this is Kels' facts about South Carolina
Yeah.
and Georgia, this next category, I'm not catching that one.
Well, it is pop culture.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, goody.
You're a little poppier than Devo.
yeah.
Depends.
I don't know about that.
Peppa Pig, man. That's all I
Davo's
watched.
got his finger on the pulse of the kids.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
And I know it is. And he's in some
Luckily,
legal
he's a
trouble.
I've been
pediatrician.
told
though.
not to do that.
He's a pediatrician, though. so-
Apparently, it makes them uncomfortable and is viewed as an invasion of space.
You're using air quotes right now, aren't you? I can hear the air quotes.
Question 1 in pop culture. One of the most popular romance films ever, based on Nicholas Sparks' romance novel, wouldn't be the movie it is without the Charleston area marshes, rivers, and Spanish moss-filled trees that form the backdrop of the film.
God bless.
The love story, which spans decades, follows two characters from the 1940s into the present. What is the movie? And for a bonus, who were the two lead actors? For 2 points
I
each.
think I'm almost positive I got this right. The movie came to me straight ahead, but the actors I don't know
I'm
about.
locked in.
Locked in. I've never seen this, but
I've never seen it
That's-
either.
I've seen the cover a million times, though.
Right, and I know the premise.
Don't we all?
I got nothing for the bonus. I'm just going to skip the bonus. Locked in.
Okay, Andy,
The Notebook.
Deva,
The Notebook, and I said Ryan Gosling and
Damn it.
Rachel McAdams.
Kels.
Le Cahier in French, The Notebook, and Gosling and McAdams.
Correct answer is The Notebook with Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. Question 2. A few of the most iconic scenes in the third installment of this famous action franchise were filmed in Charleston. Even though the movie takes place in New York City, a now demolished bridge that extended over the Cooper River and connected the city of Charleston to a suburb called Mount Pleasant was used for a scene where the two main characters jump onto a container ship from a bridge on the Long Island Sound.
Locked in.
Locked
No.
in. Because the third one is my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't think it's the best, but
I
It's
don't
an
know.
interesting distinction, Kels.
I mean, I can acknowledge when something like my favorite Marvin Gaye album to listen to isn't What's Going On, but What's Going On
Which is
is
weird.
the best Marvin Gaye album. And it's not
Locked
by
in.
it's not beating it by a lot. It's just, it edges it out just a little bit.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of objectively bad music, but I love it.
Me too.
See? I mean,
Right on.
All right, Devo,
I said Die Hard 3.
Kels.
And you want the specific movie, correct? that what you were asking for,
Technically, I
just a
asked for
trilogy?
the third installment of this famous action franchise. So
Yeah.
the franchise is fine. The movie name's fine, whatever.
Yeah. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh,
And Andy,
Die Hard 3 is what I wrote down.
it is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
woot.
Or 3.
Nice. Not that I have any chance of catching Davo, but it's nice to get one right.
He gets all of them right. I can gain no ground.
I know.
Question 3. What show, which is filmed in Georgia for all of its seasons, is about strange happenings in a small town, aliens, Dungeons and Dragons, and of course, telekinetic powers?
Locked in.
I would like to tax my friend Dave.
I already did that once.
I just was hoping I could just slip that under the radar. They had Davo at Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm locked in.
All right, Kels.
I guess this is the substitute for Hawkins, Indiana. I said Stranger Things.
Andy,
Stranger Things.
and Devo.
Stranger Things.
It is Stranger Things. And finally, filmed in Atlanta, what show is an American post-apocalyptic horror television series based on the comic book series of the same name?
I am also locked in.
Locked
I am
in.
locked in.
And Kels.
Walking Dead.
Andy
Walking Dead.
and Devo.
The Walking Dead.
It is The Walking Dead. All right. Pretty high scoring game there, guys.
Man.
Before our
I'm still
final
like 40
question,
down.
Andy has 159, Kels 179, and Devo 217 points.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And our final question.
Mm-hmm.
Name for me the top 5 universities in Georgia and the top 5 in South Carolina,
Damn it.
according to their enrollment. The
And,
largest 5 in each of those states.
I mean, I can name 2 in one of them. So that should be fun.
Mm. I don't do well with these kind of questions. Not that it matters anymore.
This is the part where I sit for 10 minutes while they finish that last damn question.
In 1957, Laika became the first animal to orbit Earth. What kind of animal was Laika?
What is the only team in the Big Four North American sports leagues which shares its name with one of the Avengers?
And here's one more question for you. Are you the type of person who enjoys playing trivia games, learning new things, and having a bit of fun along the way?
If you are, or if you just want to find out the answers to those other questions, then our podcast, Quiz and Hers, might be right up your alley.
Each week, one of us writes new trivia questions for the other person, covering everything from science to history to pop culture to sports.
And every question in a game relates to some theme, like Game of Thrones,
Internet memes,
sandwiches.
or animals in space.
Some of the themes make more sense than others.
So if you like trivia, learning, or real couples testing each other's knowledge and patience, check out our podcast, Quiz and Hers, part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network.
Quiz and Hers, the trivia podcast where we test each other's knowledge and the strength of our relationship.
Yep, I'm still here, waiting.
You know what? All right. I don't even know if this exists, but I'm going. I am making up college names at this point.
I got 5 Georgia schools. It's
Wow.
the South Carolina part that's doing it for me.
I'm done. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right. Okay, so the way we'll do this, I'll start in South Carolina, and I'll list the top 5 there, and then move on to Georgia. If you have questions about any of them, just let me know.
Okay.
So number 5 is Winthrop University with about 7,000 enrollment.
Nope.
Coastal Carolina University,
Coastal Carolina.
Nope.
the College of Charleston,
Got it.
Yeah.
Nope. I should have remembered that. I
Clemson.
think it's the oldest. Like
Might
one of
be.
the oldest in all of the South.
about 14,000 there. With
Okay.
just under 25,000, we've got Clemson.
Yep.
Got it.
And 36,000 is University of South Carolina, Columbia.
Yep.
Got it.
Darn it. I made up the name South Carolina State. There isn't one,
There's an actual South Carolina state.
but it didn't make the list. Okay.
That's not in the top 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought there
There's
was it could be fictitious then.
There's a USC Upstate, Charleston Southern University, Francis Marion University, Citadel Military College.
I wrote down the Citadel.
That's number 9 in
Dang
South
it.
Carolina. And USC Aiken is about 4,000. Is number 10.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just start at the bottom I've got the top 10 here. So in Georgia, these first 5 aren't going to count. Number 10 is University of West Georgia, Valdosta State,
I forgot about Valdosta State.
Me too.
Emory, University of North Georgia, and Southern Georgia University. So those are
Damn
10
it.
through 6. So none of them
None of
count. Did you
those.
have Georgia Southern?
I had Georgia
I have,
Southern.
yeah, I have Georgia. Is that the same thing?
Georgia Southern University?
Is that
Yeah.
what you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't count.
Mm.
So the next 5 do count. The Georgia Institute of Technology,
Also
Georgia
known as
Tech?
Georgia Tech.
Ah,
Yeah,
how did
got
I
it.
forget about Georgia Tech?
Got it.
it's about
Rambling
24
Wreck.
24,000 enrolled. Just under 30,000 is Kennesaw State.
No.
Nope.
33,000 is Georgia Perimeter College.
Perimeter College.
Perimeter
I
College.
don't know
What
if
the
they
hell
just
is that?
do
Yeah.
like
Never heard of it.
geometry or
I was about to say.
38,000 is Georgia State University.
Yep.
And also 38,000 is the University of Georgia.
Yep.
Okay, so let's start with Andy. How many did you get?
4.
4. That brings you up to 199 points, which puts you in second place
All right. Again.
so
All right.
far, unless Kels gets more than 2. Kels?
5.
5 puts you at 229, and that puts you in the lead unless Devo got 2 or more. Devo?
5.
5 puts you to 267 and the win.
Mm-hmm. Woot. Woot, woot, woot. Well, thank you once again to Dan and Allison for these excellent questions and, if I may say so, a fun tournament. Where do we all stand as of now, Neil?
Well, geez, let me do a little bit of mathing here. So let's see. Devo, Kels, and Andy. Devo is in the lead with 8 tournament points. Andy has 6 and Kels has 4.
So, from all of us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, this is your MC Devo with Kels.
And you know what? I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. Yeah.
Andy.
So long, ladle brainers.
and the Sensei Neil.
Here's a little ditty by South Carolina's native son, Darius Rucker. Beers and sunshine. Bonfires and summertime. Back porch nights in South Carolina. Ain't nothing finer than me and my girl striking up a little lighter.
That's from Darius's, I think, 5th country album,
Go Darius.
aka Hootie.
Yeah, beers and sunshine. I noticed there was
Signing
no
off.
congratulations of me.
Signing off. Were we supposed to do that?
Oh, were we supposed to? I'm sorry. Yeah. Congratulations, Davo. I feel great about it.
Good job, Davo.
Thanks, guys. You're the best.
Damn near forgot to stroke your ego real quick. So that's my bad. That's on me. That is on
You missed
me.
a spot. Wait.
Good job, buddy.
There we go.
Way to win at them trivias. Good on you.
Are you going to sign us off or not?
Yeah. You got to say signing off.
Signing off.
Greetings and salutations to all you good trivia people out there. I know what you're thinking. Hey, I really enjoyed this show. How can I get a little more? Well, here to help you out. You can look up these good people on Twitter at Ladle Brain, or if Facebook's more your deal, you can look them up at Brain Ladle Productions. Hey, they've even got their own webpage. It's brainladletrivia.com. Now, if you're feeling generous, you can join a Patreon, where if you donate $10 or more, you can even get yourself a fancy show invite. How about that? Until we meet again, this has been 44, and I'm glad you joined us. Hope I'm out.
I got some spreadsheet and I got to fix up here.
Spreadsheet.
That. Sorry, I'm ill prepared for the evening.
Well, we were spreadsheeting.
Question 2. South Carolina. Sorry. All right, question 3. The world's largest.
First time on the podcast, apparently.
I didn't know that was a critical part of the show.
You have one fucking job.
It's
You
almost like
sign
we've
us
never done
on,
this
you
before.
sign us off.
It's the
I didn't
cut.
think it was that critical. I was going to let it roll for a little
It's
bit.
been on
man.
every episode.
Well, you can edit out all the other salty shit.
No,
And
the
just have
salt
me sign
stays.
Oh, no,
We need the
that'll stay.
seasoning.
That'll
We
be
need
in
the
there.
seasoning.
The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.